Welcome back to Cat and Dogs on Wheels. I'm Cat. This is RJ. This is Smokey, my crew. Today we're going to jump right into my build and the cost of the build. To start out with, I have $180 that I call my slush expenses, and that is sandpaper, screws, miscellaneous little tools, polyurethane, paint. I put them in the slush because I've used them on many different parts of the build. So we're starting off with $180. As soon as I got the bus, I started haunting Craigslist and Marketplace for pieces for the bus. Now, I wasn't shopping for a wood stove. I've always known I'm going to be using wood heat, but you know the exorbitant cost of those cute little mini stoves. And then on top of this, buying the stove, you have to buy all the chimney parts and have it installed. So I knew that was going to be a project done towards the end of the build. But the way my life goes, the first thing I came across on Marketplace was my vintage wood stove, a cute little 1953 single burner wood stove. I paid $75 for it, and I have basically designed the ambiance. The design of my bus has been designed around that wood stove. She's not installed yet, but I plan on having her installed by fall. The next month, I came across my desk. Again, it was something that as soon as I saw it, I fell head over heels in love with it, checked her measurements. The price, $35, I felt like I was stealing her. She didn't need me to do anything to her. All I did was build a little shelf on the window ledge behind her to hold, you know, miscellaneous pens, pencils, knickknacks and stuff without taking desktop space up. The next thing I found was my kitchen for $50. The kitchen I didn't fall in love with when I saw her, but her measurements were exactly what I needed. The storage underneath, everything about her was perfect, except she didn't match my other furniture. So I refinished her with leftover stain and brought her back in years a little bit to go with the stove and the desk. I needed a countertop, so I found my sister had some leftover really pretty turquoise paint, and I put that on it. Beautiful color. It looked good, but it didn't match it in here. It was too modern. It was too crisp. It was too bright. So I used some of my light green wall paint and did sort of a whitewash over the turquoise. It brought it down just right, and I'm very happy with my countertop. I built a shelf behind the kitchen, a little bit deeper and taller than the shelf behind the desk, to hold kitchen stuff that I want to grab right away and I don't want to dig through drawers or cupboards. I also built a dish rack out of scrap foam material and wood and made a little dish rack. I got some dollar store dryer racks, cut them up, and made it so that I had plate holders, foam on the bottom so that they have a cushy bottom and they don't rattle or shake. It holds everything tight. So I'm very happy with my kitchen. My closet I got at Habitat for Humanity, and I didn't pick that up until after I got my floors in. But I paid $20 for the closet. It didn't have a back on it, but that was okay because where are you going, RJ? Oh, I see. Bella, there's no room for you in here. You're going to jiggle the camera. Hello, Bella. Bella, my sister's dog, has joined us. Brief intermission here. Okay, back to where was I? Oh, the closet. So the closet didn't have a back to it, but it was going up against the wall. But I did have to put some wood on the back of it to install my clothes hanger, the bar. It was really ugly when I bought it, but again, with leftover stain and some sandpaper, I brought her to the point of matching. Hello, Bella. The next thing was, oh, Bella came in and sniffed out the treats. I'm sorry, folks, we're going to take a little break. I forgot I have biscuits in my pocket. One for you. One for you. One for you. Bella's got the nose. Okay. Next, I painted all the interior of the bus. Except for, you know, the part where I was going to be installing walls underneath. So, but before painting the interior of the bus, I got this great idea to use magnetic paint on the parts of the interior of the bus that were fiberglass and aluminum because I wanted to use magnets there. All I will say about the magnet paint, it was a waste of $60 in time and I wouldn't do it again. So once I got the interior painted, I was ready to start on the floors. Or not on the floors, on the walls. Okay, I could have saved more money on my walls than I did because I bought expensive sanded plywood, thinking that it's my walls and I want it really nice. Well, the reality is you still have to sand the sanded plywood, and then I painted over it, and then I covered it with furniture. So I really could have bought the same cheap plywood that I bought for my floors and saved myself some money. So I wasn't strong enough to drill into the vertical flames. I wasn't strong enough to drill into. So my sweet brother-in-law came in and drilled in the vertical studs, which were pieces that I cut out of his scrap pile. And then I took it from there. I did the top piece across the windowsills. I installed the insulation, which was again leftover. It was just that pink stuff covered with paper. It was left over from earlier projects. And then I took, when I bought my expensive plywood, I had Home Depot cut it to the right sizes so that I would be able to nail it in on my vertical studs. I sanded and painted it before installing it. And voila, I have my walls and insulation done for $137. But again, I could have done it cheaper. So onto the floors. Now the floors, I'm actually jumping you ahead in time because I actually didn't get to my floors until a year into the build because I had the wheelchair lift in the way. So I had to wait until the wheelchair lift was sold before I could work on the floors, the bed, and the love seat. So I love my floors. I use cheap plywood. I had Home Depot cut it to size, and then I brought it home, fitted it, and marked out the little couple little cutouts that had to be done. I took them out, cut the cutouts with a jigsaw, brought it back in, fitted it, it worked. So I took it back out, I sanded and stained the plywood with leftover multiple brown stains, and then I put it in. And I love my floors. They go with the ambiance. They are very sturdy. We've been living on them for a year now and they hold up great. They hide the dirt and they're easy to clean. I couldn't be happier with my $43 floor. So in conclusion, my bus build so far has cost me $600, and I'm still using supplies out of that $180 slush expense fund. So I'm very happy with the cost of the build. The beauty of it is I haven't had to buy any big thing at once. There are some projects that I will have to save for bigger things, but the beauty of this build is you can do it on a limited budget, piece by piece as you go. So thanks for hanging with me this week, and I hope to see you next Wednesday, and we'll build my love seat with mega storage.